In a sport where giants dominate the net and height decides destiny, one player broke the entire rulebook. Hinata Shoyo, a boy too short to even be noticed on a professional court, somehow became unstoppable. How does someone born with every disadvantage rise above people who were literally built to win? What made him not just good, but invincible? And most importantly, who really is Hinata Shoyo? In this video, we're diving deep into the mind, the code, and the evolution of the smallest, loudest, and most inspiring weapon in anime sports history. Welcome to MetaMind Nexus, and this is part 2 of our series, Mindcode, Decoding Genius. Today, we're breaking down Hinata Shoyo, a player who didn't just play volleyball. He rewrote what it meant to be a player. He turned weakness into strategy, inferiority into innovation, and his height, his biggest limitation, into the foundation of his power. He didn't just fit into the system, he tricked it. He forced volleyball to revolve around him, until he became the greatest Decoy in history. The ambition. To have ambition, you need a foundation. And Hinata's was built on nothing. No coach, no training, no team, not even a proper court. All he had was a borrowed dream, an image on a TV screen of Karasuno's little giant flying higher than anyone else. That one moment became his origin code. It installed a command into his brain: fly. Most people dream of flying metaphorically. Hinata wanted to literally defy gravity. While others measured potential in height and statistics, Hinata measured his heartbeats and effort. Every jump, every bruise, every sprint was him refusing to accept reality's limits. The lesson: that the world doesn't bend for passion, it crushes it first. Hinata's first match was a public execution. He was annihilated by Kichiyama Tobio, the king of the court. A genius setter with pinpoint precision and zero mercy. Hinata was humiliated, his dream shattered on the live court. But that humiliation became data. Where others saw defeat, Hinata saw feedback. His body might have been small, but his capacity to adapt was enormous. He analyzed his own pain like a scientist, storing every mistake, every failure as a step forward. At this stage, he was raw, all vertical leap, no direction. Like a supercar with no steering wheel, fast, but destined to crash. And yet, instead of stopping, he doubled down. He understood something most players never do: if talent is a wall, obsession is the hammer that breaks it. The freak quick weapon. Fate had a cruel sense of humor. Hinata joins Karasuno High, only to find the one person he swore to defeat, Kichiyama himself. Instead of rivals, they're forced to become teammates. Enemies turned allies, opposites in perfect sync. The result: the birth of the freak quick. An attack so fast it looks like time skips. Hinata jumps with eyes closed, and the ball just appears in front of his hand. One hit, one instant, one impossible move. It was beautiful. It was deadly. It was revolutionary. But it was also a trap. Hinata wasn't in control. He was the engine, not the driver. The ball went where Kichiyama wanted, not where Hinata chose. As the coach Washiho once said, without Kichiyama, Hinata was nothing. A missile with no guidance system. And that truth hit hard. He realized he wasn't playing volleyball, he was being played by it. System failure. Then came the crash. In the match against Alba Josai, everything collapsed. Their ultimate weapon, dismantled. Oikawa Toru, a setter so smart it's scary, found their weakness and exploited it ruthlessly. He turned Hinata into a liability. Every jump, every run, every fake, all predicted, all neutralized. Hinata became irrelevant. He wasn't feared anymore. He was targeted. And when the team needed to fight back, he was benched, powerless, watching from the sidelines as others played his game. That pain, it burned deeper than any defeat. Because for the first time, Hinata realized he wasn't part of the solution, he was the problem. The turning point. This was his awakening. The humiliation of being useless shattered his ego. He finally saw that if he wanted to be unstoppable, He couldn't rely on anyone, not even Kichiyama. He had to rewrite his own code from scratch. No more freak quicks, no more shortcuts. He needed control, vision, and independence. The fear of being left behind became fuel. Every failure was now a reminder, not of what he lacked, but what he could build. He wasn't chasing others anymore. He was chasing his own potential. Strategic humility. While his rivals went to elite training camps, Hinata got left behind. But instead of pitying himself, he crashed the camp. No invitation, no welcome, just pure audacity. The coaches were furious. The players laughed. They told him he could stay as a ball boy. No practice, no spikes, no sets, just pick up balls and watch. To anyone else, that would have been the end. But for Hinata, this was the upgrade. He stopped moving and started observing. He studied rotations, reads, and footwork. He analyzed timing like a programmer dissecting code. In silence, he learned how the game breathes. He turned every player on court into a teacher. Every serve was a lecture. Every rally, a blueprint. Hinata was no longer trying to fly. He was building his own wings. This is what I call strategic humility. The ability to dismantle yourself completely, just to rebuild better. That's what separates dreamers from the unstoppable. The birth of the greatest Decoy. When he returned to Karasuno, Hinata wasn't just different, he was evolved. He introduced something small, almost invisible, the split step. A half hop that let him read the court and react instantly. Suddenly, his freakish reflexes synced with his upgraded game IQ. He could see, he could predict, he could decide. The greatest Decoy was no longer an accident. It was a deliberate weapon, one he designed. He didn't just confuse blockers, he controlled them. By moving unpredictably, he created chaos that opened pathways for his entire team. He became the spark that made others shine brighter. Even when he wasn't scoring, he was shaping the entire battlefield. Turning defense into offense. Turning impossibility into inevitability. Because Hinata understood something profound, you don't have to be the tallest to dominate, you just have to make your presence impossible to ignore. The final upgrade. After high school, most players settle into comfort. But Hinata, he dives headfirst into discomfort, flying to Brazil to play beach volleyball. Why? Because sand exposes everything. It kills speed, punishes bad footwork, and forces you to master every skill. He trained under the sun, where wind replaced predictability. Every serve and jump had to be recalibrated. He built balance, control, and precision until his instincts were razor sharp. 2 years later, he returned to Japan as something unrecognizable. Not a specialist, not a decoy, but a complete player. He could receive, set, serve, and score from anywhere. The boy who once depended on others was now a one-man storm. Hinata Shoyo's invincibility wasn't luck. It wasn't talent. It was engineering. He took everything meant to limit him, and turned it into momentum. Every setback became data. Every weakness became a weapon. He didn't fly because he was special. He flew because he built his own wings, one failure at a time. And that's why his story resonates beyond volleyball. It's not just about winning a game. It's about defying definitions. It's about proving that sometimes, the smallest person on the court can cast the biggest shadow. His journey is captured perfectly in one line. Because people don't have wings, we look for ways to fly. Hinata Shoyo is proof that genius isn't born, it's forged. He's the embodiment of willpower transformed into design. But what happens when a person doesn't need to forge it, when they're born with perfection built in? To complete the mind code, click the video on your screen to watch part 1, where we decode the most terrifying genius in anime, Kiyotaka Ayano Koji from Classroom of the Elite.